Ahoy there! Welcome aboard another episode of Rule the Waves 2. I'm Katori87, and our war with Germany has been going quite well so far. Over the last few episodes, we've sank a decent number of their capital ships, with battleships, battle cruisers, and heavy cruisers all going down, and a particularly decisive match with most of our torpedoes landing squarely into German capital ships in the last episode. So let's actually take a look at the almanac and see what ships Germany has left, because I know things have not been going well for them. Alright, so we still vastly outnumber and enormously outweigh Germany's battleship force. They do still have the advantage, ever so slightly, on battle cruisers, tonnage-wise. Numerically, they are almost twice our number, with more under construction. We haven't really done a whole lot of damage carrier-wise. They've had carriers present, but we've never really been able to get too much damage on them, which is kind of unfortunate. And we have actually done some decent damage on their heavy cruisers as well. That number has gone down. Haven't done a whole lot to their light cruisers, but they are losing destroyers. So we'll notice they have 10 more under construction, so they are building replacements, because those are pretty important. They also actually have a number of AMCs out and about, so that's interesting. Looks like Germany is getting desperate for raiders and other stuff to try and break the blockade. And also interestingly, it looks like they're starting to shift their focus into submarine construction with, it looks like 46 subs under construction. So let's see. We did actually sink one of their carriers, the Elbe, and she's looking rather actually, this is actually a very nice light carrier. This looks like a purpose-built one with 32 aircraft, so that's probably their most effective flat top so far. They have also lost a number of destroyers and submarines, but nothing too significant. Let's see about their other CVLs. There we go. So we've got one here, the Frauenlob, which has been in most of the battles so far. Oh man. Veteran carrier with nowhere's near enough aircraft. It only has 6 planes and 30 mines. That is definitely a conversion from a cruiser. We also have, well, that's a nice looking ship, Ausonia class. And then, oh my, the Jade class. That is a beautiful looking carrier, or at least beautiful looking light carrier. A little bit slower, so less expensive, a little bit more compact. She's rocking 8 dual-purpose 4-inch guns, so that's very nice. But 32 aircraft, not bad at all. Alrighty. Well, with that in mind, I think we're going to build up our dock size again, because why not? Our latest battleship, the Behemoth, is coming along quite nicely. We've finally been able to resume construction on her. And actually, that reminds me, since we captured that German territory, we finished our invasion and we took over Tsingtao, we are now able to move our focus to the south and see if there's anything down here that we can invade. Let's see, we've got the Celebes and Moluccas. Probably not pronouncing that correctly. But that's quite the place there. That's possibly within range. In the South Pacific, we also have, oh, come on, here we go, the Bismarck Archipelago. So that's another possibility. That is definitely in range. But that's not really, well, maybe. If we take Bismarck Archipelago, that would put the Caroline Islands within reach. And then it could head up that way. It's only a value of 0, so not too significant, but it does put potentially other territories in reach as well. So maybe we could hop over to Caroline, Northern Marianas. Who knows? All right. Well, I am actually most interested in Celebes and Moluccas, since that actually has a decent value. So we're going to plop that down as an invasion target. And we're going to start moving our fleet down south as well. And yeah, it looks like it's going, so it is within reach. So sure, the world may look nice and square, but it is actually a round world, and I guess they do take that into consideration instead of just plopping down a circle. So yeah, that is actually within reach. Alright, we need to move all of our ships in Northeast Asia down south. So I'll take those camper downs. Do we have anyone else in Northeast Asia? Oh yeah, here we go. We've got the Koilas. So we'll grab those things. And then we have all the Gurkhas. And let's move these things right on down. Okay, off we go to Southeast Asia. We'll see what kind of damage we can do. And if Germany is expanding their submarine force, I need to start putting more ships on ASW rolls. So I'm going to put the Lances on trade protection, see what kind of damage we can do to them. Alright, I think that about covers things here. Let's move right along. Ooh, we've got a battleship engagement next to Celebes and Moluccas. I'm going to accept. I don't think Germany will. Yep, unable to challenge our forces. And here we go. Blockade is causing food shortages and privations in Germany. Hooray! Well, looks like they're trying to go for a negotiated peace, thus gaining disputed border areas and some of their colonies. I think we can crush them completely and possibly cause a total collapse. And Germany, it's a good thing we pushed for harsh terms, because Germany dismisses all peace negotiations. This war will be long and fought to the bitter end. Ooh, and here we go, new float plane scout prototypes. Let's take a look. Well, this one's the only one that's really any sort of decent step up. Same cruising speed, and a decent step up on light range. There we go, and it does have bomb loads, but I'm not hugely worried about that. Man, another Supermarine design. Whoever's doing these whoever Supermarine has designing their planes is doing a absolutely bang up job here. I've been very happy with the last few designs they've produced. They've got all the qualities I want, and hopefully we'll get a slightly more reliable float plane this time. Ooh, improved model of the flying boat Vickers Whirlwind B. Let's see what we've got. I don't particularly see what has changed, other than a step up in toughness. So what, did they figure out a new way to bolt the frame together or something? I don't know. Maybe a little bit more armor over the engine nacelles or something. Who knows? But I'll take it. Never one to turn down improved models. Enemy fleets dominate the seas around Sierra Leone. Oh, and there goes our invasion. Outstanding. Okay, enemy submarine has sunk one of our corvettes. That is unfortunate. And yeah, they've definitely got raiders out and about. I'm surprised they're listed as light cruisers. Whatever happened to their AMCs? Yep, blockade is still doing its job. Alright, quick review of our aircraft types. We've got our new Supermarine Spitfire, the fabulous new float plane Scout under development. Interesting name there. And we have our Vickers Whirlwind C. Okay, fair enough. And I think we can quite safely already obsolete the Avro Gannet. She is old enough, and we have a new model on the way, so we'll obsolete that pretty much right away. As for Supermarine Swordfish versus Skua, I'm not entirely sold on the new model yet. It just doesn't quite have the same range that the older Swordfish does. So who knows, we'll see. Alright, and with that invasion done, let's see if we can do anything else in that general area. Can we target the Caroline Islands? Nope, I guess not. There's certainly no way we could go for the Northern Marianas. Although, Germany was dominating the seas around somewhere. Where was it? Yep, they're commissioning some AMCs. Yep, we're equipping with Vickers Martlet. Hoo-yah. Dominates the seas around Sierra Leone. Where is that? Let's see, area overview, coastal base overview. Let's see if this shows up. Here we go. West Africa, Sierra Leone. Okay. Oh, so they are sending a ship out in response. Okay. I wonder if that's out raiding or if it's actually a full-on military response. Well, I think we'll take the opportunity and we will send one of our battle cruisers going chasing after it. And off she goes. Hopefully we catch her. Oh, here we go, intercepting a German raider. Oh, interesting. Error in the map generation procedure. Well, hopefully things don't go too poorly. Oh, this is one of my older cruisers. This is the Scylla. Well, at least she's got 28 knot speed, so hopefully if things go poorly, we can at least run away. And what kind of fire control do we have? Okay, decent crew quality, advanced director. Well, we'll see what we get. Alright, unknown ship sighted. Accelerate to flank speed. Let's go investigate. And she's steaming south. Looks like there we go. Okay, here we go. Targets identified. Chemnitz class. Ooh. Well, I don't think this is going to go very well for them. They're the same speed, fewer guns, and an older design. Alright, let's go get it. Just bounced one of their shells. Open up the broadsides. Let's see if we can start doing damage. Okay, we're starting to land some hits. There we go, a few more hits. Chemnitz just turned away. Keep firing, guys. Actually, real quick, I am very curious about our hit chances. I know that we're firing a very small collection of guns, and I don't remember if that affects things or not. So let's see. Yep, range is fairly long. Yeah, so very poor hit chance. Yeah, here we go. Small salvo. So we're not firing enough shells for a proper grouping, so that's going to hurt our accuracy. Also, target is a light cruiser, so there's a accuracy penalty there. Target aspect ratio, because we're in a stern chase, so harder to hit as well. They're under fire, and we're under fire, and we've taken damage. And we're a light cruiser firing, so a less stable platform. Well, let's see. Looks like we got to run through the AP ammunition on that port forward wing gun first, if we're able to. She's running at a reported 25 knots, which, even if that's true, she's 1 knot faster than me. So hopefully we're able to get a little bit more damage in. Come on, guys, keep firing. There we go. Now she's starting to fire. Alright, so that's firing 2 guns now. Let's see if that changes things. Nope, still small salvo. Okay, keep going. Yep, still seeing the occasional hits. Let's see, is she actually opening the range? Oh, there's another turn. Oh, looks like she's confused a little bit. Oh, she did not like that. Getting a few more hits. All we need is 1 more splinters in the uptakes, and she's ours. She's in secondary range. I'm seeing the 4-inch guns opening up now. Ooh, now we've got some rain. That's going to hurt our accuracy. See if we can bring our other broadsides guns to bear. Oh no, we lost her. And lost in the dark. Well, keep going. Hopefully we'll encounter her. And nope, we lost her. Well, rats. She got away. Let's see how close we were, though. Oh, we definitely scored more hits on her. Yeah, she was still going 25 knots, so we didn't do a whole lot. Oh, she scored quite a few hits initially. We did a pass-through hit. We disabled 1 turret, disabled another turret, bounced an engine room hit, bounced another engine room hit. Belt extended, shell burst limited by coal bunker. Rats. Oh, interesting. She launched torpedoes. I did not see that or expect it at all. Then we get another belt extended hit, so that's good. Fore and aft hull hit, good. High explosive, so that does more damage. Splinters damage hull. Oh man, what I wouldn't give for that to have been a splinters damage uptakes instead. Would have crushed this thing. Oh well, we inflicted some damage on her and used up a bunch of her ammunition, so hopefully that'll put an end to her raiding career for this month. Heavy Cruiser Enterprise. Our Corvette Minnetonka has been sunk by a mine. That is unfortunate. And German Raider Hella has been interned due to mechanical problems. German Raider Arcona forced to scuttle due to lack of fuel. Nice. And here we go, thwarting more raiders. Outstanding. Oh yeah, look at all that stuff. It's been a very busy turn. Let's see, anything else? More blockade. Germany lays down more destroyers. Germany lays down a Scharnhorst-class heavy cruiser. And it looks like Japan has advanced director now. That's interesting. And Italy is now starting to scrap dreadnoughts. That is very intriguing. Anything else? Our invading forces are fighting to capture Celebes and Moluccas. Well, that's good. All right. Anything else that we can do? Not really, not really. Let's do a quick review of the bases that we've captured. Did we get anything from... where was it? Not Southern Africa. Where was it? There we go. Way Highway, Kaoshu Bay. Yep, base capacity is fine, and I do not need air capacity because I already have plenty at Way Highway. So we can leave that as is. Okay. Well, moving on to our next turn. And now we have the Calliope intercepting a raider. All right. And we have our same error in drawing the map. Interesting. Oh, let's see. Here we go. Another Conquest class. Again, 28-knot cruiser. And it is noon. So we should have a good half day to chase this guy down. Accelerate to squad max. Turn towards. Let's see if we can get to close range first. There we go. We've built up our head of steam. Now I've got an ID. Leipzig class. Ooh. Oh. I don't know. That's a lot of 6-inch guns there. I think we're going to turn broadside and engage at longer range. Hopefully we can do some damage while we're at a distance. But I don't know. Okay, she's deciding to retreat. So now we're going to push the attack. And that's our firepower. That advanced director scoring more hits, I think. That caused her to change her mind. Unfortunately, she also damaged us, so I think she's going to get away. There we go. No, that's not what I was looking for. Yeah, she's going to get away. Same situation as last time. We do some damage, severely outshoot them, and then propulsion damage slows us down. Yeah, she's going to get away. Unless she decides to turn back. Well, that's fine by me too. Let's see, belt bounced, fore and aft. Yep, splinters in the uptakes, that'll do it. And she's gone. Alright, fast available speed. Yeah, that splinters in the uptakes thing is very annoying. Although it is a very legitimate concern, and I can perfectly understand why it would slow us down. The smokestacks actually develop a very important thing for your burners. They develop an updraft to draw fresh air into your boilers. Without a good clean airflow and a nice long smooth updraft, you don't get good airflow, and therefore you don't get full burning capability. So you can't burn your fuel as effectively, can't build as much steam, and yeah, that definitely reduces your speed. Alright, so we did definitely outshoot them in this case. heavy damage versus medium damage. So let's see what we did. Oh yeah, 22 medium shell hits versus 12. Very decisive there. We destroyed 3 of her turrets and left her with 1 permanent flooding, so she had to run for base. Let's see what we did here. So she did score the first hits. This is not the first time. Yeah, she's got improved director. But there we go. 1 hit, some more hits, and now she starts taking damage and her accuracy drops off. Oh wow, we even got our 4-inch guns in there. What? I did not expect that. Ooh, torpedo tube damaged by splinters? That's bad. At least the torpedo tube didn't explode. I mean, wait a second. Rats! Why didn't those torpedo tubes explode? That would have been so much better. Oh, here we go. 2 belt penetrations, and then a belt extended, deck extended, splinters damage hull. Oh, man. Oh, here we go, here we go. 6-inch torpedo tubes hit. Torpedo explodes, fire started. Yeah. Well, that's the sort of damage we're looking for. Hull damage by splinters. So this was at the very close range where our better accuracy really started to tell once we got those 4-inch guns as well, although I'm not seeing very many 4-inch gun hits. Looks like it was almost entirely 6-inch. Alright, so she did get the flooding limited. And secondary guns knocked out, hull hit, waterline hit, belt extended, superstructure hit, belt extended. So there's some flooding there, there's some structure damage there. Turret disabled, turret destroyed. Turret disabled, turret destroyed. And they finally get the fire out at 13:55. When did that start? 13:11. Oh man, that's a long time for a fire to burn in order for them to get it out. That's a fairly hefty issue there. Fires on a ship are a very terrifying experience. I would not recommend it to anyone. Just the dark, the heat. Within just a minute or two, the entire space is filled with smoke from all the combustion, so you can't see. All the lights are covered up by the smoke, so even if there are working lights in the space, you can't see it because the smoke's blocking it. Anyone who's still in the space has to be wearing breathing protection, at the very least a gas mask or something, preferably some sort of forced air breathing. And then, of course, you have the oppressive heat from the flames themselves. Imagine a whole wall on fire. And if you've ever been near a stove or opened up an oven, that's nothing compared to what a whole burning compartment can put out. So any proper firefighters are wearing heat-resistant gear, which doubles the thickness of all your limbs, so it's difficult to move. You're roughly twice the size you were before. You've got a canister of compressed air on your back, which if that gets too hot or gets banged up, that'll explode. And then not only are you injured, you've now lost your supply of breathable air. You've got a fire hose with you that's pressurized to 80 to 90 pounds worth of seawater. And that thing's heavy and awkward to move around. When you finally get to the scene and it's time to start hosing it down, you open up the bail and the recoil by itself from that much seawater moving can knock you prone if you're not properly braced. And then, once the fire actually hits the thing, it's not going to start doing much right away. It's going to immediately flash to steam. And so the very first thing that happens when you start applying that fire, or you start applying that water to the scene, is you get hit by a blistering wall of steam. Nowadays, when we fight fires, we also bring thermal imagers to try and make sure we're hitting the base of the fire. So that does help quite a bit in terms of targeting the source of the fire if it's a relatively small fire. But for something that's burned for 50 minutes by that point, the space has gotten so hot that anything combustible lights on fire. The paint, the wood, plastics. exposed human skin, anything starts burning, and the whole thing is a roaring inferno. So, absolutely terrifying experience. I would not recommend it to anyone. So, just keep in mind the next time we see a fire on a ship, and you see start seeing messages about fire level 1, fire level 2, it is an absolutely horrifying experience. Well, on that note, let's go celebrate our victory. Huzzah! Glorious victory there. Twice as many victory points as the enemy. And of course, our blockade is causing hardship and food shortages in Germany. Huzzah! Another victory there. Complaining about low stockpiles of artillery ammunition, the General Staff calls off the Army offensive. I didn't know the Army had an offensive to do. It's not like we're in land contact with anything here. We're certainly not trying to support an ally against Germany. One of our agents has been caught in Russia. Well, sounds like a national hero to me. Oh, and here we go. Blueprints for the Japanese ship Mimasaka. An old battle cruiser. I think we've seen this thing before. Probably 30 episodes ago or so. 1910 design. Looks like a first generation battle cruiser, and all things considered, a very nice design for 1910. I don't think it'd do very well in today's environment, though. I'm pretty sure my heavy cruisers could take this thing out with no problem. Oh, research breakthrough, X-ray quality testing. Now that's interesting. Getting some of that non-destructive testing here. I've actually done some of this myself. It's very interesting. Sometimes it's also nowadays commonly called radiography. You put a radioactive source on one side of the material you're trying to test. You put some appropriately sensitive film on the other side, and it can show any sort of small defects or changes in density or other stuff on the other side of it. So you can see if you got a good cast of your armor plate, or if you got a good weld, or if it's just looks okay on the surface and there's subsurface defects. So very interesting stuff here. Glad to see that all these actually very minor sounding technologies are getting the respect that they deserve, because that is significant stuff. And our science and support, they are well on their way to understanding heavier depth charges. Well, that'll put paid to the German submarine threat. Oh, interesting. Our science and support, they have suffered a temporary setback in figure outing the concept of early surface search radar. Well, on the bright side, they've probably made fantastic progress in developing the electric oven. A new German medium bomber called the Fiesler FI-112 is entering service. It is faster than our fastest medium bomber. Well, that is unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure our medium bombers with their torpedo payloads will still be more effective overall. And huzzah! Another victory! Our forces have taken control of the German possession Celebes and Moluccas. Again, apologies for the pronunciation. I'm probably horribly butchering that. Oh my goodness, one of our submarines actually did something? I did not expect that. Our destroyer Basilisk has been sunk by mine. Well, nuts. And looks like our patrolling cruisers are thwarting lots of raiders. Outstanding. And let's go take a look at our new conquest. Well, now we've got the Celebes and Moluccas, so that's nice. I think we should shift our focus onto... Well, we can't quite reach the Caroline Islands yet. Yeah, can't quite reach that yet. So we're going to move right along to the Bismarck Archipelago. Set that as our invasion target. And we have some ships to move. We'll take the camper downs. We'll take, where was it? Here we go, the Coilas. And we'll take those destroyers. Where were they? Here we go, the Gurkhas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go, 19 ships in all, and let's move those. Yep, that's it. Move all of those over to the South Pacific. And hopefully we can get that invasion off before we start losing ships due to maintenance issues, since I highly doubt we have big enough bases to handle all that. Also, I forgot Germany had a battlecruiser out and about. Where did it go? Oh, it's hanging out in West Africa. I have no idea what they're doing there. Oh, hang on. I forgot that Germany has territories over there I can take. Well, if the Bismarck Archipelago doesn't unlock the Caroline Islands for me, then I think I know where we're heading next. Okay, invasion is set, orders have been issued, let's go do this thing. Alright, we have a large battle, raid on enemy coastal shipping. Well, the last few times we've done this, it has turned out very well for us, so let's do it and see what we get. We're going to attack enemy ships in general because we don't have the reach for anything else. Alright. Oh my goodness, there she is! The Leviathan herself! Oh, what a beauty. Oh, I am so happy. Oh, look at that. All 12 17-inch guns. All 8,000 tons of gorgeousness. I can't wait to see what she can do. Followed by her inspirations, the Rodney and the Collingwood. They're a little bit smaller, but they were definitely a revolution at the time that they were launched. And, ooh, we also have our entire carrier fleet at sea. Oh man, this is going to be a big fight. Alright. So, we have a bombardment target over here that needs to get destroyed. That is well within range of our bombers. And we also have some recon to do. So, first of all, let's sign our recon. There we go. No need to scout that far. Let's drop that down to a more reasonable distance. There we go. 110 should do plenty. If that doesn't find them, I don't know what will. Although, we can certainly expand the reach here. There we go. And we'll... Oh, not distance. Here we go. There we go. Much larger search. We have the planes for it, so we're going to do it. So there we go. Recon is set. And now, since we have so many planes available, I think we're going to send out an airstrike against that land target. So, let's see. We still have one group with Gloucester gauntlets. It looks like almost everyone is veteran status. All right, so we're going to take our less experienced group, and we're going to set those to ground strike. And yeah, we're going to take the smaller groups from each squadron here, and we're going to send those off on a ground strike. There we go. One flight from each carrier, and we want heavy load for these for maximum damage. And we're going to set our target as the bombardment target. And this way we can focus all the rest of our attention on airstrikes against the sea. Alright, so those are all good, those are all set, and I'm not even going to worry about readying, I'm just going to go directly to launch. So we're going to launch those. I do not want to coordinate the strike, and we're going to start readying up the other wings for torpedo strikes. There we go. Naval, 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 torpedo strikes. Priority target battleships, just so I don't forget. And we're going to ready those strikes. And once we figure out what's going on, we may end up readying some escorts as well for at least some of these. Alright, quick review, hang on. Quick review of our overall force layout. So we've got 3 cruisers in the lead as our main scouting force. Looks like we've got some additional cruisers screening. Quick review. No, those are destroyers. And those are screening. Okay, that's good. Let's see, here we go. The Pioneer is also screening. I don't think that's actually going to stick for very long. And then we have another group which is supporting the Pioneer. Honestly, I think I'm actually fine with that. Unless we get some sort of complaint from the cruisers. We may have to rearrange that. And then over here, we have our carriers escorted by what looks like both destroyers and some cruisers. All right. So that's looking quite fine. Destroyers screening the carriers. And the cruisers, well, also screening. Should be fine. All right. Let's get this show on the road. And oh my goodness, it is bright and early. It is 9:17 in the morning. We have all day to do our best. Okay, catapult launch search float planes. Yes. Oh wow, looks like the Leviathan herself had all the float planes necessary. Look at them go. And here we go. First target sighted. Let's accelerate to full speed, and let's get right into the thick of things. Oh, come on, here we go. Okay, we're probably going to get a recon report there. That's a corvette. So that is definitely not the main fleet. But they are out there somewhere. Okay, looks like our naval air station is launching recons as well. Somehow I don't think that this is the location of 3 German destroyers within gun range of the entire British fleet. That's probably not the best location for it. But thank you for the report. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting an actual useful report. 3 cruisers, 9 destroyers. Yeah, they are in this general direction. So let's keep going. And now we are getting... Hold on, what's that? I see a report of an unknown... What is that? Okay, there's multiple ships over there. That looks like an actual enemy. So we'll turn in... Oh yeah, there we go. That is definitely enemies. Cruisers, destroyers, the whole lot. Alright, well, let's go see what we can do. That might be a scouting force. Or that might be a coastal force. Whatever it is, I don't want my battleships engaging, so I'm going to tell them to hold their fire, save that for major capital ships, and we'll let our destroyers and cruisers do their thing. So I'm going to order a flotilla attack, and we'll let them go and engage. Oh, there we go. Another report of, looks like the same group. Still no reports of battleships yet. And we're seeing other reports over this way. What do we got? What do we got? Probably a... there we go. What was this one? Okay, so they were heading up this way. No. No. Which one was this? 1CL. Okay, so they were definitely heading in this general direction, and now we have encountered them. Where is the main German fleet, though? I sure hope they wouldn't spawn just a few cruisers to defend against an entire British task force. Alright, guys. Go get them. Go get them. Oh, looks like our reconnaissance planes have reached their full distance, and I'm still not seeing any reports. I guess that's that. And there goes our land attack waves. Okay. What can we do from here? Well, I bet they're going to try and run. And since it's cruisers and destroyers, they definitely are able to do that. Unless we send a strike out to intercept them, and then we can close the range while they're busy trying to dodge torpedoes and airstrikes. So, hang on. Leviathan sights unknown ship. What do we got? Okay, yeah, it's still the same things. Wow, that's a fairly hefty cap. I appreciate it. Now, if only my destroyers would actually get out front and start engaging. And here we've got another... Yeah, they're just hanging out right at the edge of vision. You know what? We're going to open fire. And I'm also going to send in at least one strike in their general direction. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to send... Okay, yeah, we're going to send two... Yeah, we're going to send two wings in that general direction. And so they're over there. We're going to send our strike over this way. Priority target battleships, because, well, we don't really have any way to say priority target light cruisers. Alright, so that was our target. It is properly assigned, a relatively short range, so they can definitely handle the heavy loads. And where were they? Okay, it's this one. And we'll send this one. And launch strike. Nope, can't coordinate, so we're just going to send it. And our battleships now have permission to open fire. Oh wow, one of those destroyers is already slowed down. We're going to turn to try and not get too close to that destroyer, even though I'm sure our secondaries are going to flatten it. Yep, there we go. 12 5-inch guns, and that V-44 is getting hammered. Destroyers cannot stand up to 5-inch gunfire. Oh, hang on. We've got an unidentified ship ahead. Looks like it's running too. That's... Oh, hang on. There's multiples in that area. That's heavy cruiser. And more ships as well. Interesting. That... maybe something significant. Alright, let's shift our fire. No. I want that thing getting shot. Alright, so here we go. Looks like our strikes, our first airstrike is going in. 5 torpedo bombers, level bomb, land target. No hits. Okay. Next group goes in, no hits. Although we do get another 12-inch or 5-inch hit on that poor destroyer. And here we go, 2 land target bomb hits. Oof. And one last one goes in, 1 bomb hit. Okay. So that was 3 bomb hits overall. Looks like the enemy cruiser is fleeing south. What are you guys doing? So these guys are heading home. What are you guys doing? Are you guys heading home as well? Did I miss earlier strikes? Oh, I might have. Let's take a quick look at our air formations. Don't care about recon, don't care about cap, don't care about land-based. What are they doing? Returning, returning, returning. Okay, I guess I missed some earlier strikes. Alright, well, we're going to keep on going. Keep running south. And they are, unfortunately, outrunning me. Enemy aircraft approaching Destroyer Division 13. There we go. 4 patrol boats going in for a naval strike. Oh, wow. She actually got hit. Secondary battery and deck. Ow. How's she doing? How's she doing? Okay, so 130 pounder was able to do that much? Wow, that is impressive. We got 5 flooding, max speed has been reduced, and we've taken flotation damage and a fair amount of structure damage. I'm not concerned about this ship yet. She should be doing just fine. But the fact that they managed to get hits at all is impressive. I'm going to have a talk with my captains about respecting the enemy's airstrike capability. Just because there's not very many of them doesn't mean they're unable to do damage. Alright, quick review. Have we gotten back yet? Landing. Returning, returning. Okay, so nothing yet. Naval strikes are ready. Didn't I launch those? I guess not. Alright, quick review. We're going to send these naval strikes in this direction, just to make sure we get the intended target. And we're going to send all of them out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Priority target capital ships. Location set. Launch strike. Am I sure we do not want to coordinate the strike? Yes. Okay. There we go. Enemy aircraft approaching Great Britain Destroyer Division 6. Interesting. What do we got? Another group of 5 patrol boats. Okay, let's see what kind of anti-air we get. Ah, there we go. Well, that'll show them. 5 enemy patrol boats level bomb the Collingwood. Combined AA factor 130. Woo, man. 1 aircraft damaged. Medium AA guns destroy 1 aircraft. And 12 light AA guns, which, yeah, not that straight. But still pretty good. We are still chasing. So the enemy is outrunning us. We got to do something to slow him down. Okay, looks like our little evasion has worked. Oh, air combat. Looks like our cap is chasing him down. And we've got a damage and we've got a shoot down. Outstanding work, fighters. Now, if only you'd been there earlier when our cruiser was under attack. How are you doing? A little slow there. I think I'm actually going to detach the Pioneer so that she can get that flooding under control. Oh, baloney. Not damaged enough to detach. compared to the rest of it, you must definitely have enough damage. Alright, well, here we go. Keep going. Isn't this destroyer sunk yet? I think you've done enough damage. Keep going, keep going. Okay, we're sighting unknown ships. Aha! Maybe we can cut off these cruisers. There we go. We've still got our flotilla attack order going. So hopefully they'll actually get engaged this time. I certainly see some ships detaching to attack the enemy more closely. Keep going. Come on. And here we have another group of enemy aircraft approaching Carrier Division 8. Oh! Impermeable hit. Flight deck. Aircraft destroyed. Ugh. That's not good. So hang on. We had 1, 2, 3 carriers, 2 light cruisers fire heavy air. What about my destroyers? Oh, they detached to engage the enemy more closely, so they weren't there. Okay, that was a mistake. Withdrawing flotilla attack order, because we could have had those destroyers in helping out as well. How much damage do we take? The actual damage to the carrier is not bad, but we did lose aircraft, so let's take a look at how bad that was. Oh, we have... Hang on, who was it that was hit? Impermeable? Wow, Impermeable has almost nothing left. Ouch. That is remarkably painful. What did they hit us with? A 300-pound bomb. Okay. Well, the good news is it was on the flight deck, and we were hopefully able to get any damaged and burning aircraft thrown off the deck. Okay, do we want to pick up survivors? Yes. Just not yes to all. And where was our Cap? Come on, Cap. Go out there and get him. We've got the Colne slowing down. Cockatrice strikes a mine. What? Well, that's unfortunate. What is the point of these big minefield warnings if they don't actually prevent us from hitting mines? That is very frustrating. Now, granted, that might not actually be a mine. That could be a submarine torpedo. But it's the idea of the thing. Okay, I thought we already had picking up survivors, but sure, we'll pick up some more. Oh, there we go. We gotten some 17-inch hits on the Colne. Hopefully that was enough. Oh, Morris hit by a torpedo. Interesting. There is definitely a submarine in that area. Right around here. Because that is not mines. How's the Cockatrice doing? Well, she's slowed down. She's got the flooding down to 2, so she might survive. But just to be safe, I'm going to take manual control, drop her down another knot, and tell her to go home. There we go, you can go home. And the Morris, how bad is it? She'll probably be okay. But I also need to slow her down, and that does leave her vulnerable to potential other attacks. And we gotta send her home. It's the only sensible thing to do. Well, hopefully whatever it was that launched those attacks is no longer able to do much. Okay, we have one Colon class slowed down. She's reporting heavy damage and reduced speed. I see two more Colons to the north. Man, I wish my other cruisers were in the fight right now. But we're definitely doing some damage. Waveney strikes a mine too. Wow, this is just not going well for us. How bad is it on Waveney? Again, not too terribly bad. She'll probably survive as well. We just got to start sending her home too. Oh, she lost all propulsion. I think I'll leave her on AI control for now, so she does start moving again once she does get propulsion back. And we need to watch out for torpedoes. Yep, Ernie hit by torpedo. How bad is it? Not too terribly bad. She's still got speed, but we got to get her out of there. We'll start sending her back east. So she should survive as well. And oh my goodness, would you look at the time? We're gonna have to call this episode to a close here. How bad is things on Waveney? Well, at least she hasn't lost electric power or anything, so she should be okay once she gets that flooding under control. And we're going to have to call this episode to a close here. What will happen? Did those destroyers launch torpedoes? Will those Colon-class cruisers get gunned down in the next episode? Who knows? We'll find out next time. Until then, I'm Katori87, signing out.